Congratulations GHD, this is your new ZSEV Excite, an upgrade from the last one you had. And you can see right here we've made some changes to the car, but she's all ready to go. Before we get started, I'm going to take you through a few aspects. It comes with 2 keys. Alright, beyond that there's some slight changes all the way around the car. There's 360-degree cameras. There is a full grille this time, so it's not even, you don't even know where the charger and port is, but I'll show you where that is right there, and then I'll take you around the rest of the car. So let's have a quick look. 360-degree camera here, one in the front, one in the rear, to give you all the information whilst you're driving the car that you need. Okay, so slightly different, looks slightly longer, and certainly as exciting as the last one. So here we go. In the front you've got your charging port door. So whilst the car is locked, it won't open. When it's unlocked, when it's locked, it's not going to open up. And then when it's unlocked, it will pop open. Okay, so right in here we're going to see indicators of our fast charging system. There's 2 plugs. You can use say PlugShare or ChargeNet apps on your phone to find chargers that are suitable for the car. If you're just at work and you happen to have a type 2 to type 2 charging cable, that will be the one you put it into right up there. Now, quick thing that I want you to know, when this is in charge or going into charge, the light will go blue, and when it starts charging it'll go green. I'm going to show you that real quick. Okay, so this is our charger over here. Let's push this out. Let's go back over to the charger, pop it in, and straight away it ignites and engages with the car. Blue light comes on with about 4 or 5 seconds, give it 10, there you go, it goes into green. Now it's going to show me it's charging, and on the inside of the car it's also going to show me that on the dash. Open the car, and of course because I've opened the car that's all gone away, so I'll close that up, and then if you can see through the window it's actually showing a charge. Let's see what we've got going on here. Infotainment is on. It's not going to give me that info. It shows you a charge anyway. So here we go. Setting it free. Double pump the start, and it's going to light up the computer. Now it's going to tell me that it's charging. Okay. Whilst it's in this mode, there's not a lot I can do to the car. All right. So what we need to do now is turn the car off altogether. Right. Come away from the car. And then push, either lock the car like that or use the remote control. Either or will do. Now, of course, now I want to get the charger out. Okay, all I want to do is pull it. Well, I can't pull on it until I unlock the car. So I unlock the car. I heard a click from the charging plug. Now I can wriggle it. No, not going to let me do it. I look back at the charger. It's making sure the wire's safe, and it's starting to count down. Anytime now I should be able to pull that out, and there it is. I've just pulled that out. Go back into charger, and then back to the car. Close it, and I'm now off. Alright, camera in the front. Your autopilot, MG autopilot, the sensors for speed are in the front here too. You may notice, as I said, the 360-degree camera. I've also mentioned, or haven't mentioned yet, this is the new light system. Now I need to unlock the car, and I go down to the switch just down in here that's been conveniently placed, and you turn the light on, and there she goes. Alright, car looks brilliant from any angle, so quite reflective. Alright, right hand side is where you'll find your windows, and then of course your locks. Underneath here is where you'll find the bonnet release. I'll take you under the bonnet. So what I want to show you is all the wires you can't touch. All right, effectively These are all high voltage wires, all those orange ones, all right? Please do not touch those. They're for a high voltage technician, all right? The only thing you should be under here for, if anything, is just putting some water into there. Your service dealership is Tristram MG on Wairau Road. So that's where you take the car if you have any trouble. It comes with a 7-year warranty and a 7-year roadside assistance. So that number is now found underneath this sticker, just next to the driver's side, and you'll find that here, and all of that information is on there. 0508 number. Call that number and you're away. Okay, so let's have a look inside, shall we? Jumping into the car, I've got my 2 keys on me, or a key. I push start and the car lights up. Okay, for me to start the car, I need to press the brake, but in the meantime, let's have a look at the information. So the new screen's showing you information around the car. Now this car can charge and discharge. So to discharge, there's a wire that's available for it, but in this particular case, you have to buy that at another time. All right, so let's go into the car. So the mode's saying basically the charge connection's not plugged in. It's 90% capacity, 287 kilometers left in this car. So we'll put it on charge overnight before we give it to you. 12 volt battery is low, so press start vehicle immediately. So by doing that, what ends up happening is the car itself starts, the small battery itself starts drawing off the bigger battery. Okay, that's what keeps it charged. Now what you can do to flatten that battery pretty quickly is not following instructions. So when you get the car and you're going in to park it, the first thing I would do is jump out and put a charger into its charging port. It's to start charging the car. If you've left the radio on inside the car, that's okay. As soon as you lock the car, the radio will turn off. If you don't lock the car will actually play the radio through the small battery and then make it impossible for you to start the next day. So, best thing to do is make sure when you leave the car, to plug it in the front port and then come round and just lock the car as you leave. The radio and everything else will go off, okay, all automatically. Right, inside the dash this time, a slightly more 3D image of a vehicle moving, and then of course on your right hand side your power and everything else. So I'm going to start it up now by putting my foot on the brake and see what we have. So on the left hand side kilometers, on the right hand side power. The car is starting to light up like a computer that it is, and of course it's telling us our KERS are 3 and we're at 90% charge. Now I can move that around, and you know how to do that just on the steering wheel. As I said to you, it's like a library to me. Information going in and battery charge going in as well. Now remember, this car's got KERS, so that's that regenerative program, and this is KERS down here. You've got 3 modes, 1, 2 and 3, 1 being the softest, 3 being the highest. And then of course I'll probably term it the most aggressive. You'll see that little number down there, 3. You'll see the 2 bands of orange. The more bands of orange you have, the more aggressive it is, or the heavier it is, and so of course it does compromise in some cases your ability to use all the kilometers, all those kilometers that are informing you on the left hand side under normal. And again, by changing my modes down here, I can go from eco to normal and then to sport mode. And as you can see, slowly decreasing the kilometers, because of course you're asking the car to perform a different way. All right, as we keep going through here, your MG Autopilot will guide you and keep you out of trouble. So way up here on the right hand side is your lane assist, the car's in front, your cruise control, your 360 degree camera. It all comes into play every time you drive this car. Right, as we come out of there, we start looking at things like down here is cruise control and the distance control between the car in front, and by scrolling this back and forth you manage to get that info working. Lights on the left, wipers on the right, as you well know, and of course the mirrors are down here on the right hand side. You know where the windows are, you know where the locks are, and then ventilation inside the car. So, right, let's have a look. Let's see what we've got in here. So I've got no fan speed at the moment. I've got no aircon. I've got it on high. I can alter that, or I can simply just go down to here and monitor that on a bigger button, and I can change the temperature of the car as well just by moving this around. But let's say I don't want to do that and I want to have a look through the car itself. Just by scrolling across the front screen, I can get access to a number of different things. Let's have a look at our air conditioning. So of course, as I push this gives me locales where I'm pushing the air and how much and what the temperatures are. Turning it off is relatively simple, and of course up and down for the temperature control, and then of course your speed. All right, nice and easy. I love this new screen, it's great. Alright, back into home. Remember there's that home button right there, it takes you back into the home screen. There's also one down here as well, and that's on your left hand side. Okay, so home screen looks like this. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay will both work through this car using these two ports. Remember you use the factory data cable that comes with the car, always pretty good. 360-degree camera, again, nice easy button to hit right in front of you, and then of course I can look all the way around the car if I want to, and in this particular case I'm not seeing anything's going to cause me any injury, so we're all good to go. So we're outside of there, and again swiping left or right gives us all this intel, and the first thing you're probably going to want to do is set up your phone. So go into the BT phone option, push a Bluetooth, and then you go in through that and load it into your phone. There is another little option inside here. We'll get back to this one. Let's come back here in a second. Let's go into settings, and of course there's one here called Bind My Phone. Bind My Phone is an app that you can get online, and once you bind your phone into this systems, which is MGZSEV, effectively it gives you information on the car that you might be using, such as how much battery charge is in it, and where it's been, even down to turning the car on a cold day and setting the temperature before you arrive. So quite a cool app, and it will all be available on your phone. So again, coming out of here, we've got the vehicle itself. We want some information on the vehicle. I can go into it, I can have a look at functionality, I can look at lights, and I can look at all of the modes we talked about before. So your front collision assist, your traffic jam assist, your pedestrian automatic emergency braking. There might be a little grunt noise that comes out of the front of the car when it detects a pedestrian. It's really only a noise for the people outside, so they know you're aware. Alright, speed assist and then trailer assist. Lane assist, again I mentioned that up here, and then of course that's a lot more information and a lot more convenient than the last model. Beams, high beams, vehicle information. Now we come out of there altogether. Air conditioning, you know, energy management, which you already know, and then of course your settings, your Bluetooth, and then of course into here. Let's have a look at settings again. And once I get into settings, I can get into all sorts of systems. Bluetooth, sound system, changing that around if I want to, all nice and easy. Okay, all right, so we've got mode, we've got curves, we've got battery, we've got push your foot down, push D for drive, put it in N for neutral, and then put it in R for reverse, and of course the cameras pop up. All right, push the top button there to put the car into handbrake mode. The car is now secure, and as I exit the car again, all I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this off, I'm going to jump out of the car, and as you can see that infotainment system just sitting there nice and on. Right, so battery's saying low already. Let's get out of there. Let's get that door closed. let's go and pick up this charger. Let's get that charger into there. Charger out of here, push, putting it up to charge mode. It's going to go blue. You don't have to hang around. Once it's in there and it says blue, it's going to go green. I just heard a click. It's green. As you walk past the car, you lock the car and you can see everything in the inside is turned off. And then that monitor is now showing me in the front of the dash, in front of the steering wheel, 286 kilometers. The car is in charge mode. Okay. All right, thanks again, GHD. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. We'll have these cars to you very, very soon. Any questions, please come back to me.